Hello and welcome to my review of the Chaos Warriors found in the brand new Slaves to Darkness Start Collecting box set from Games Workshop. The set will cost you £60 for the 3 units and includes these brand new Chaos Warrior minis. Now, if you wanted to get Chaos Warriors individually, you know, in like a regiment, you can get 16 of them for £30, but their poses are so boring, may I say. These poses are awesome. I just wish Games Workshop take the success of this box set and Slaves to Darkness and blow it up in terms of creating multi-part, multi-pose Chaos Warriors. They're some of the most instantly recognisable units for Age of Sigmar, in my opinion, and they definitely need that upgrade treatment. They are push to fit, although I would advise you to glue them together. That gets rid of any gaps and that just transforms them into more solid models, easier for transport purposes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just have a look at each individual model because they are all different. There's no twins, which is brilliant, and they're in some pretty awesome poses. Then we'll go through some size comparisons with the other models in the set, and finally I'll break down all of their rules for you. Oh, we'll look at some spare parts as well at some point. Okay, so here I've got the Aspiring Champion. Excellent looking model here. I've equipped all of these Chaos Warriors with helmets. You could technically get another box set and have all of these warriors without helmets. There are 10 helmetless heads in the set, although even though you're changing whether they've got helmets on or not, the poses are going to be identical, so that does suck. But if you were to get another set, at least you could change the heads. But the Chaos Lord and the Karkadrak could be the same. All of those knights will be the same, except for the Doom Knight, which you might just choose not to have a Doom Knight. I mean, I will be reviewing the Start Collecting set very soon on the channel, and I think one of my conclusions is, why didn't they just have this force in a boxed game? You know, a bit like Wrath and Rapture. It would have made so much sense. Anyway, I digress. So this Aspiring Champion has got this mace, a spiked mace, absolutely brilliant. Love the shields, look at that, fantastic. It's got this hair plumage and some bones, spikes coming out of his helmet. There's so much detail, so many spikes on there, teeth, all kinds of, I mean, this is going to be a painter's dream. Let me have a look at some more. So this guy here with the sword out and the big shield. I just love these massive shields and big swords and bulky armour. You've got this one with a sword as well, standing atop this bit of a scenic base. Got a hand chained to his shield. Got this one with, don't tell the Karkadrak, but it kind of looks like Karkadrak skin or some kind of animal that's over him, and he's just holding an elf head, I think it is, by its hair. It's got the axe, maybe he's just chopped it off. I like the helmet with this one, with those little cutouts, and he's equipped the shield on his back. You've got this one with some kind of morning star or mace kind of thing, again with the shield. Quite a dynamic pose there. This one, another one equipped with a mace, holding that shield. I think he just blocked an attack maybe, or about to. I like the stitched, it looks like human skin, look, because it's got a massive face that's been stretched in there. Horrific. I like the big chains as well. Each model is different and has their own uniqueness. This guy charging with his shield raised, about to swing that sword. Or maybe he's just shoveling snow, because it does look a bit like a snowplow. I'm going to be putting snow base on these, hands down. They're too boring to have like grey bases and, you know, bits of turf on. The snow with these guys look immense. This one with the mace, spiked mace. It's got a really cool helmet as well, that one as well. Really want these models make me want to get Slambo as well, so put it in the comments below if you think I should get that model. This guy with like a little hatchet, I would have preferred him with a bigger axe. All of these axes, hatchets are a bit lackluster in my opinion. The swords are cool, And the maces are cool, especially a Aspiring Champion, but the axe side of things, I think they're a bit lacking. This one's just swung down his axe. I love these action poses. And then finally this one, probably the weakest pose, moving forward, got some kind of skull fur thing on, and his axe is at a funny angle, got a skull down there, and it looks like his shield is backwards, upside down. He's got a little dagger. But yeah, that's probably the weakest one out of all of them, in my opinion, but the rest of them are absolutely cool. So let's have a look at the spare parts. You do get 10 heads, of which I've only got 9, so maybe I've lost a head somewhere, I don't know. But either way, get this one with the eye patch, you get this one here, let's just zoom in for you. This one's screaming. This one with a top knot and a ring on his forehead. This one, which was the helmetless version of the other one with a skull. This one again with another top knot, big top knot, and some demon horns protruding out of the skull. This one, quite a clean cut warrior. This one, bald head with something on his forehead. I don't know whether that's an eye or something, but and then this one, quite a grimacing face, and then this one, quite a cheeky grin. I like this one. This is probably one of my favourite heads that they've produced recently. So there you go. You do get 10, but I don't life of me, I can't find the 10th head. Maybe it's still on the sprue and I put it in the bin. Maybe it's on the floor somewhere. I can't find it, but you do get 10, and that's what the point I was trying to make. Let's go through some size comparisons then. So the instant size comparison I want to make is of Chaos Knight first of all. Here he is compared to them. As you'd expect, Chaos Knight is pretty big. You know, the synergy between these warriors and the knights looks incredible. I really like the aesthetics of them. They work so well together. Lovely models. And then the Lord on the Karkadrak. You know, you could just imagine him sort of prowling around these. Maybe they're giving him a bit of support. But yeah, such a centerpiece. And then a Nighthawk model, which I've got just randomly, just give you a sense of scale there. I mean, these Nighthawk are pretty tall, but very kind of frail. And then finally, I just want to show you some size comparisons with a couple of Space Marines, as I always like to do, because everyone's got Space Marines, I think. So how do they compare? So let's just do the Aspiring Champion. Aspiring Champion is, yeah, a little bit taller than Space Marine. Let's just have another look. They're almost the same size. I'd say the Warriors are taller than a Space Marine, which is, yeah, a bit odd. And then the Primaris is taller. Primaris are definitely taller than these Chaos Warriors. I mean, if you were facing me and you needed some cultists or something, and you'd use these in your cultist army, or you'd use these as a stand-in for cultists, I'd let you use them. I know they're Age of Sigmar, but maybe it's kind of like a backwater planet where there's not much technology, and the tribes influenced by chaos, and they've been subjugated under one of the Legion's own chapters or armies just for that battle or something. I'd let that fly. That would be fine. To use these as like cultists, sort of like heavily armoured cultists. Anyway, that is the Chaos Warriors. What I will do now is just go through all of their rules. So you can find their free war scroll on the Age of Sigmar app, or alternatively, they can be found in the Chaos Battle Tome Slaves to Darkness book. Now the Chaos Warriors, they're the second choice in the battle profiles. Unit size minimum 5, maximum 30, so you can have 30 of these bad boys in a unit, and their points are 100. So 100 for 5, quite decent. You know, 200 for 10, and their battlefield role is battle line. Their stat line reads movement of 5 inches, 2 wounds, save of 4+, and a bravery 7. Not too shabby, you know, you've got 10 of them, that's 20 wounds there, as opposed to your normal sort of 1 wound per model. A unit of Chaos Warriors has any number of models, each armed with one of the following weapon options: Chaos Hand Weapon and Chaos Rune Shield, Chaos Halberd and Chaos Rune Shield, Chaos Great Blade, or pair of Chaos Hand Weapons. Now, I would say that all of these have Chaos Hand Weapon and Chaos Rune Shield, except for the Aspiring Champion, which isn't actually given a, you know, extra different weapon. It just says that add 1 to the attacks characteristic of that model's melee weapons. So the Chaos Hand Weapon, or weapons, has a range of 1 inch, 2 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, no rend, but 1 damage. A Halberd has 2 inch range, 2 attacks, 3+ to hit, 4+ to wound, damage of 1. And a Chaos Great Blade has a range of 1 inch, 2 attacks, 4+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend -1 and damage 1. Now, none of them have halberds. It's not an option in this set. They've all got these hand weapons. The Great Blades, I think, are double-handed swords. So again, I don't think any of these have them. Going down the description then, one standard bearer, 1 in every 5 models in this unit can be a standard bearer. Add 1 to the bravery characteristic of this unit while it includes any standard bearers. Hornblower, 1 in every 5 models in this unit can be a Hornblower. Add 1 to run and charge rolls for this unit while it includes any Hornblowers. Mark of Chaos, when you select this unit to be part of your army, you must give it one of the following Mark of Chaos keywords: Khorne, Tzeentch, Nurgle, Slaanesh, or Undivided. Abilities: Chaos Rune Shields. Roll a dice each time you allocate a mortal wound to a unit that carries Chaos Rune Shields. On a 5+, that mortal wound is negated. Legions of Chaos. You can re-roll save rolls for attacks that target this unit while it has at least 10 models. That's pretty good, but you've got to keep it 10. So having 30 of them, yeah, that's quite nice to re-roll save rolls. Pair of Chaos Hand Weapons. You can re-roll hit rolls for attacks made with a pair of Chaos Hand Weapons. That's a pair of them though. So all these have these rune shields, which I think is a good trade-off. Keywords: Chaos, Mortal, Slaves to Darkness, Mark of Chaos, and Chaos Warriors. So there you go, that's my review of the Chaos Warriors, the brand new models from the Age of Sigmar Start Collecting Slaves to Darkness box set. I think they're fantastic looking miniatures. They do a decent job on the battlefield. They're pretty tough, they've got good survivability. They're a little bit slow, I suppose, but they're just very menacing, and I'd love to see more. I thought that all of these models, they would eventually get multi-part, multi-pose kits. I'm still holding out that they will. That would be truly awesome, and I hope this was just a teaser, because it's Chaos and it's Slaves to Darkness. You know, they need the attention, in my opinion, for Age of Sigmar. But I am pleased that they brought out this Start Collecting set, because it's allowed me to bolster my Chaos Warriors, or, you know, Slaves to Darkness army. And I will be reviewing the other models that I have. They're pretty old models. Some of them are metal, some of them are plastic, like the Marauders. I don't think I've got Marauder Horsemen, but I definitely have some other Knights too. And I'll get them from the attic, and I'll be reviewing them individually as part of this Age of Sigmar journey. I will be getting Archaon and the Varangard at some point. They're quite old models now. I say old, you know, 4, maybe 5 years old. But I want to do them justice and get full unboxings and reviews. But I'm well aware that Sisters of Battle releases are all through January, maybe into February, and they do take preference over this Age of Sigmar range. What do you guys think of the models and the rules? Please do put it in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Death to the False Emperor.